I don't think they do. Oh no, never mind. There's. Whoa, where did you come from? Alright, Temple of Hylia. Now, since we're in the past, temple is called Temple of Hylia. In the present, it's called Sealed Ground Temple? Yeah, I can't remember. Anyways, we got Empire. Hey! At last, I've been expecting you, Link. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simple as I can. This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will come to known as the Sealed Temple. There we go, Sealed Temple. Sometime in the future. You stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And little time has passed since the goddess sent the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true that to its name, you have passed through the gate of time, to an era in the distant past. You will have many questions, but for now you must proceed back through the gate door behind you. It is there that the person you risked life and blood to defend waits for you. Zelda? Well, this will be heartwarming. Finally, they're reunited. You come so far, Link. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We traveled very far from home to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time we learn the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave everyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise created a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on the slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess, Hylia, succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against this fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. If the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans to set them both in motion. First, she created Phi, or Phi. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve as a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul organ. She made this a sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. For a while, the supreme power of the Triforce was created by the gods. All of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers in her mortal form. You probably figured out by now, haven't you, Link? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda. I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. Day of the ceremony, Girahim the tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic force, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statue located at each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa, an agent of the goddess, led me here to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of demise. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. But even in his hideous state, he is more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisoned him at any cost. That is why I intended to remain here in this time and place, to sustain the seal as best as I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that Hylia, rather, that I created so long ago and kept it strong for as long as I am able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. Link, the goddess created Phi and the great blade that she's part of for a very specific reason. For the task of standing against demise and the monstrous form he is now assumed rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our time, you already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Link. During your long journey, you covered so much. You learned wisdom from solving device puzzles and traps. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power of the old gods left behind our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along with your trials, you have found wisdom, power, and courage. For this I shall bless your sword with the goddess power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatened this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of the legend, and that wielding you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand down, Link. Draw your sword. The goddess has blessed your blade, and the master sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with mystical power to drive back demons, and only Link may wield it. Link, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can attain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a selected few, those with unbreakable spirits, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they is specifically designed so that their own kind can never use its power. Somehow I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings on the land. Which brings us back to you. To face demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That is someone is you. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself, so that you could wield the supreme power. And so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without even a moment of doubt. I used you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all this, Link. But you have to understand, this is a war, and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't excuse my action, but I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Link, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. While it's true that I'm a Hylia reborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him. Then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, Sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'll always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all this is over, will you come wake me up? Of course, I promise. Of course. Well then, we got more information, and that was kind of sad. Well, first off, Zelda's gonna be in her crystal form, or she's gonna seal herself so Demise doesn't escape during this time. Secondly, we got more information on the goddess Hylia, how this came to be, how she sealed Demise, and about the Triforce that we need to obtain, and about the gods that created Triforce. And third, we have our Master Sword, final form of the true Master Sword that we see in all Zelda games. It's finally here. Finally got it. Much faster now. Anyways, what does Impa have to say? I see, you said goodbye. Now you must keep the promise you made to her. You must find the Triforce. Return to your time. There is work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda. I will watch over here. So go now and fulfill your destiny. Alright, thanks Impa. Well, there's nothing we can do. Now here in the past, you can actually go to the seal grounds over there. But you can't go to the Fern Woods in this timeline. Which I kind of bummed. I wish we could have seen. But, whatever. Time to go back to our time. So you returned. Then you know everything. On the other side of that gate, Zelda waits suspended in a sleep without end. But do not despair, for she is still alive and well. True to legend, the Triforce is one of the things with the power to vanquish Demise. It is thought to have been hidden within Skyloft by the goddess. Sadly, that is all we know and where it rests. All other clues to its whereabouts have been lost in ages. Link, you have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out just the same. The key to finding the Triforce must be in Skyloft. Go now, Link. Find the Triforce. Whoa, whoa there. Hold up. Link, there's something I gotta tell you. What's up? So, Zelda, how's she holding up? Is she okay when you saw her? Should we tell her? I don't really want to make her worry. No, we should tell her. Actually, that's terrible. You gotta be so hard for the poor girl. But you're going to do something about this mess, right? Of course. Like, I made up my mind. I'm not going back. I'm staying right here with Granny. Don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? Nah, I'm doing what I want to do. I don't know how to explain it. I got this feeling in my belly that there's work to do here. Someone's gotta watch that big, ugly monster, and someone's gotta make sure Granny's doing alright. It ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe this is my destiny. Know what I mean? Besides, not so bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, I guess. But don't you just love the way it smells down here? What? Not weird to this. That's not weird to say. Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. I bet even the weakest sapling could grow into one piece of a tree in soil like this. It's brightened this place up a little too. I mean, sure, it takes a few years for it to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but that's just how I feel right now. So yeah, when you get back to Skyloft, do me a favor and let people know I'm doing okay now down here. Colin and Stretch might get a little emotional since they look up to me, but you tell them that I'm happy, okay? Thanks, Luke. Alright, you got it. I'll tell them you said hi and you're doing fine. Alrighty, so yeah. That hole will be useful in the future, so right now we can't do anything. So as Simple said, we gotta find the Triforce. I don't think we can do it. Oh no, never mind, there is. Whoa, where did you come from? I think my heart stopped. This is it, discovery of a lifetime. There's no mistaking it, this symbol must mark one of the goddess' walls left by the hero of the goddess. And how did you appear there, like, magically? Well, of course, it's a video game, but I mean... Okay, did I instantly now that I got a Master Sword? There we go. Yep, easy. Alright, nothing else here. Yep, there's nothing. So, I guess we gotta just head back to Skyloft and find the Triforce. And away we go.